Hi everyone, it's Alistair Clark here from stuntlives.com. Just going to introduce a video to you on the stunt performer called Luci Romberg, who is an incredible stunt performer who's appeared in a lot of films like the new Ghostbusters film, The Conjuring, Identity Thief, amongst other films. But you'll see for yourself in this interview. I hope you do enjoy it. She gives valuable information and about her life story, where she started, what she did to get into films. So I hope you sit back and enjoy the interview.
So I was a national champion gymnast in college. I played soccer as well in college, and then I moved out to LA to pursue stunts. And and then in 2008, I met a couple guys from Team Tempest and started training with them, and just fell in love with it, And so I guess, I've been doing it since 2008, consistently, as often as possible,
Right. Okay. So. How many hours in the day would you be practicing and doing all this?
When I have the time, preferably, 2 to 3 hours a day. But unfortunately I don't have the time. So, when I do, I try to be in there as long as possible. So I guess it kind of just depends, it's hard because I go on location so often. But when I'm in LA, I train at the Tempest Academies, all the time. So it's like my favorite place to be is Tempest South Bay. So I try to get in there as often as possible. So,
okay. So did you meet those people in that Tempest Academy then?
No. So Team Tempest, we started off as a free running team. In 2007, they started the team and I joined it in 2008. So it was always a dream of ours to open up a school, open up a gym. And so in 2011, we were able to get the funds together and we opened up the first free running academy in the world. And so Team Tempest was a team far before the academies were ever developed. So we, as a team, we created, the designs with a guy named Nate Wessel and built them with our own bare hands and just made it happen, So had a dream, had a goal.
Yeah. Okay. So how did you get into the stunt profession from there then?
So while I was in college, a good friend of mine, she was a teammate of mine on the gymnastics team. Her name's Natasha Hopkins, and she was a couple years older than me and moved out to LA to pursue stunts and acting. And so she came back to visit us for a home meet my senior year. And she was telling me all about what she was doing and stuff. And I had no idea what the hell I wanted to do when I graduated. And so Tasha was like, come out to LA, try stunts. You'd be great at it, whatever. Right. And so I was like, yeah, okay, might as well. I have nothing else going on. So I graduated and traveled Europe for the summer and then, moved all my stuff to LA and tried to figure out what the hell to do. Like that's kind of half the battle is like figuring out how the hell to meet the right people, do the right things. Like how do I break into this crazy business? Like it's, so that's kind of how it began,
Right, okay.
I had no idea what I was doing, what I was getting myself into, but made it work, I guess.
Oh, definitely. Well, I was going to say, so the bottom line is, hard work and, knowing the right people, I suppose, is, to get into that profession.
Absolutely. Yeah. It just, it takes a lot of time, a lot of hard work, a lot of patience. You got to try. I mean, like training is your job. Like knowing all these certain skills is kind of your job. So, that part was really, really fun is, training so much and meeting, cause like figuring out like, okay, who hires me? How do I do this? So meeting stunt coordinators and, you meet one person, they help you out. I'm like, stunt people, they, they're always more than happy to help you out when you're new, so that's really cool. Like they're always willing to point you in the right direction. So, I've had so much help from so many people. Like you can't do it alone. So it's been, it's been awesome.
No, definitely. And your friend as well, did she do the similar thing to you in terms of she knew someone and then she got the job from someone else, etc., etc.?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't think Tasha knew anyone really coming out to LA. I mean, she introduced me to a couple stunt people, like, cause you just have to meet stunt people. Like, you have to, like, be around them and, like, figure out who's legitimate and who's not, so it's just, yeah, I mean, cause I didn't know anyone aside from Tasha, I didn't know anyone coming in to LA. Like, she was, like, literally my only friend, like, in this city of 5 trillion people. So to be honest, Alistair, I don't know if she knew anybody before she got in. I don't think so.
Right. Okay.
But,
yeah, and you said you have to go out there and meet people. I think you're right there about say networking, that sort of thing. So would you say that's your biggest challenge in the job, or what would you say is your biggest challenge in terms of?
Yeah, that's definitely fair to say. Getting the job is like, the dessert, like the icing on the cake. All the other hard work, you don't really, you don't get paid for any of that stuff. But at the end of the day, once you book that job, then that's kind of like, that's the reward, I guess. So, yeah, I think that probably would be the hardest part of the job is it's so awkward because it's called hustling, and some people we go on, that you go, and you try to meet the stunt coordinator and give him your headshot resume, and it's like so awkward. Like, nobody really wants you there. Like, you don't want to be there. You're just like feel like you're interrupting, and like so that's like it's oh god, it's so awkward and difficult. But how else are you going to meet these people if they're not at work and whatever? So fortunately I don't have to do that much anymore, thank God. And it's easier now with the internet because you can like post your training stuff and your videos like online, and then hopefully stunt coordinators will see that work. So it's gotten easier but harder, I guess, because like hustling is kind of looked down upon, but I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Does that answer your question?
It did. So, you said about the training for your free running, you do 2-3 hours a day. What about, say, the stunt work? What sort of training regime do you have to do with that?
So I did, when I first started, I started in 2005 and didn't find free running till 2008. So from 2005 to 2008, like I was doing only just stunt training because I didn't know what free running was, right? So I did martial arts, Bob Yerkes. You can train fights and high falls and ratchets and air rams and all the shit that you need to, hopefully fire. So there was a training twice a week that I would always go to in this guy's backyard. He's like this old circus performer. And so, you just try to get with the people and train different things, how to fight, how to react, timing, so you try to find, people that you know what they're doing and can mentor you and just kind of train and teach you along the way. And, it just takes a long time to figure out like, oh, what skills do I need to actually be professional at doing this? So, but yeah, the martial arts definitely was great. I don't do it nearly as much as I should. But like I said, when I first started, I did it all the time. So I have a decent base, but I mean, I definitely should train stunt stuff more than I do, but I love the free running stuff so much, and it's great training. And, half the battle is just staying in shape and staying healthy. Like a stronger body is going to be able to save yourself more than a weak body and less likely for injury. So, I just try to stay as strong as possible and do what I enjoy and train with friends that I like. And just make it fun, right?
Yeah, definitely. Why not? I was going to say, you got one life, live it,
Bye. Love you. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, so what, are there any, say, special diets that you have to go on, or what for that free running and stunt work?
I mean, unfortunately, Hollywood, the thinner you are, the more likely you are to get work, especially as a woman. So, I struggled with bulimia in college pretty bad, and that was, eating was always a tough thing for me because being a gymnast and whatever, all the pressure, blah, 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 whatever. So staying thin was always a challenge for me. A couple years ago, I became a vegetarian, and that really helped a lot with, my diet. Like, I just felt healthier and just cleaner and was able to, like, I don't know, I just try to eat as healthy as I can because, like, your body is your tool. Like, and if you don't treat that tool correctly, then it's not going to perform the way that you want it to. So, I'm not saying I eat great by any means, but, I do my best and try to, put some green stuff in my system every now and again,
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. So with your
but
free...
I mean, there, like...
Sorry?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead.
Oh, no. I was going to say, so with your free running, I was going to say, what was your say, look, on your website, there were so many crazy stunts that, you had a completely fearless attitude. But how do you get into that frame of mind to actually say, yes, I can do this?
I think just confidence and practice. When you have so much, when you train so often and so hard, you have, your confidence grows and grows. And then with growth of confidence, you don't really have room for fear, I think it's just like anything else. You practice something so much, you have no choice but to be good at it. And so I think I've just trained so much and so hard that, I know what my capabilities are. Like, I know, you just know, like you just know. I don't know how else to say it. You just know.
Yeah. Right. So if somebody was going to say start off as a free runner, what equipment would they need? From the start to say your level. I know it's a bit of a generalized statement, but then what would you say for people how to get into it?
I tell people just, get a comfortable pair of shoes that will support you and that you like. There's so many different shoes out there that people like. So, just get something that's comfortable. And then, I would just say watch videos and just start going outside and jumping around. If you don't have a gym, go out and jump on curves and run and see, what you can, like how far you can jump, like how precise you can jump, like learn how to vault. Like, nowadays there's thousands and thousands of tutorials out there. So watch some tutorials and just find a group of friends that love doing it too. And, build the relationship with those friends. And then it's not fun training alone. Like that sucks. And so, training with like-minded people and people that are better than you is the way to go in my opinion, But if there is a gymnastics gym or a free running gym, join it and learn how to do it safely. And, hopefully the instructors know what the hell they're doing. Just like get started. You know what I mean? Like, just get started. Just do it.
Yeah, like, definitely. Yeah. So what made you want to get into, for the gymnastics, what made you start that? What made you get into that?
My mom thought that I would look cute in a leotard, so she put me into gymnastics. So both my parents were collegiate athletes. They both played tennis. My mom played tennis at the University of Texas on a fluoride scholarship. Same with my dad. My dad was a tennis pro his whole life. So I grew up with a tennis racket in my hand, a soccer ball at my feet. Like, they encouraged my brother, sister, and I to do, I don't know, sports was just so integral in their lives that they wanted to share that with us too. And so we just grew up doing anything and everything we possibly could. And so when I was about 12 years old, my mom was like, hey, you have no time for all this stuff. Like I was doing literally like 5 sports out there, like competitively. It's ridiculous. So it's like, hey, like you have to choose. Like I'll never forget that moment she said that to me. And I was like devastated that I had to choose 2. And so, I loved I was never like the best gymnast, but I think it's because my teammates, that's all they would do. Like literally all they did was gymnastics. And so I was doing all these different things. So I'm a true believer in hours, hours spent doing something is going to make you, of course there's natural talent, of course, and hard work and all that. But the more hours you spend doing something, the better you're going to be at it. Completely. And so, once I reached that age, people, all my friends were getting better than me in every single sport. And so, I decided, because I love my friends at gymnastics. So I chose gymnastics and I just love soccer. That's like probably my passion. And so I chose gymnastics and soccer and did those through high school. And then into college, I got to do both sports as well. So,
okay. And what's the, what's the motivation? What keeps you going? Because, when I was a kid, when I was 11 years old, I started playing guitar and then I lost interest. So what motivated you to keep going?
That's a good question. I didn't even think I had a choice. I just not that I had a choice. That's the wrong way to say it. The thought of like quitting was just like not even like in my like vocabulary. Like I just wasn't even on my radar. Like I don't know, it's weird. Like my English teacher in high school, my senior year, he's like, all right, how many of you guys are going to college? Every single one of us raised our hands in the entire class. And he goes, you guys don't have to go to college, right? And like at that moment, I was like, oh shit. I'm like, that's so crazy. Like I never even thought that I didn't have to go to college. Like he's right. I mean, I still had a full ride scholarship. I was going, but just like in my world, in my, you know, where I grew up, like it's just what everybody did. And that's, you know, you just, you work hard and if you play a sport, you try to get a scholarship, and that's just kind of what you did. And, you know, fortunately for me, I enjoyed it. I loved it, you know. I can't say that for all my teammates, but yeah, for me personally, I loved it so much, just being active and running around and being, you know, passionate about something. And I don't know, it's being good at something is fun, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And I think, as you said as well, with the passion, you're more likely to carry on wanting to do it rather than feel it being a chore.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. And what position do you play in? Well, we call it football over here, but in soccer, what's your position? Football, yeah.
In high school growing up, I played outside mid and striker.
Right.
And then when I got to college, we were a brand new team, and my coach told me, she's like, all right, we need some speed in the back. You have to play outside mid or outside defense. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So I played outside back in college for the first time ever, but I loved it. Defense was awesome. I had a great time.
Yeah.
I just can't afford getting hurt playing like some co-ed bullshit where the guy is aggressive and takes my leg, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And like, you know, for me, I'm sure you too, like, there's no 80%. There's no 90%. Like, it's 120 or nothing. So like, I'm slide tackling and I'm like getting in there. Like, it's just not the smartest thing to do. Like, get injured playing soccer. Like, well, I need this stupid body of mine to make, you know, living for now, at least, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I miss it. Hopefully someday again, I'll get back into it.
Yeah.
Have you played indoor? Indoor is so much fun.
Would you say there was like an inspiration or who the person you looked up to the most?
That's a good question. You know, as a gymnast, I always loved Amanda Borden. She was on what year was it that they won? Oh, sorry. She was on the Magnificent Seven. I can't even remember what year that was, but, I don't know. She was always just fun and bubbly and just like looked like she never took it all that serious. Not that she didn't take it seriously, but like, you know, she just had fun with it. And so I really looked up to her. And then Kim Zemeskel was always, you know, my favorite when I was little. And then stunt work, you know, is because I didn't even like after, I don't even remember knowing that there was such thing as a stunt person. Like I think I just always, I probably did know, but I just assumed the actors all did it themselves, right?
Right.
And so I didn't, you know, not until I got to LA and started learning about these people, you know, then I got, some inspirations like Jeannie Epper, Zoe Bell, who else? I don't know, just some of the old time guys, like, you know, just like that I found out they did specific stunts. Like, have you seen the movie Romancing the Stone?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like when Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner like they jump off the waterfall. Like just meeting those stunt people that like did that stunt for real, like was like mind blowing to me. Like when I first started, like what the like why what how
yeah.
You know, so that was cool.
Would you say that was your favorite stunt that you've seen perform on film?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I just, you know, you fall in love with the film and then, you know, the stunts are.
Oh, definitely.
You know, like I never really remembered caring, you know, I just thought it was fucking cool that like they jumped off this waterfall.
Yeah.
I didn't have a clue. I just assumed they did it for real, you know, and then once I got in the business, I'm like, did they do that shit for real? And then turns out they did for real. Like it's crazy, but you know, it's just, you know, I feel like some of the movie magic has been lost for me. I hate to say that, but it's true. Yeah. I mean, I still absolutely love movies and going to see them and all that, but you know, it's sometimes hard to take yourself out of like, oh, I wonder like what the boom guy, where he was standing and what the prop people were doing. Like, you know, just stupid shit like that. But
yeah, true. Well, that's the thing because, obviously for me watching it, I just think, the stunts are incredible. But then obviously you being in it is just completely different, as you said.
Yeah, it is totally different, especially like because I went and saw Ghostbusters the other day and I absolutely loved it. But it was hard for me to like enjoy it for what it was, like, cause I was like, you know, every scene like brings back different memories and like you start thinking about those and then like, you know, it's just hard to like enjoy it for what it is. So I want to go and see it again just so I can just, you know, relax it back and like just actually let it unfold, you know? Does that make sense at all?
It does completely. Yeah. Do you stunt double for Melissa McCarthy quite a lot then?
Yes, I am in her contract. I am her stunt double.
Ah, okay. No, that's cool. Because again, watching going on your website and seeing the show reel as well, there was a lot of Melissa McCarthy stuff.
Yeah, she's awesome. I love her so much.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. But with these stunts, are there any stunts where you'd say, no, I'm not going to do it? Or if you did, how do you get into the mindset of saying, I need to do this stunt?
Let's see. I mean, if it's something that you're, like for me, a stunt that I would not do would be driving a car off of a cliff into some water and having to like use a regulator and swim out, like, whatever. Like for me, I don't feel comfortable in the water like that to accept that stunt. So that's something that I would gracefully bow out on and not regret whatsoever.
Yeah.
You have your specialties, you have your skills, and, water is not one of my strong suits. And so that's just, an example, but, you train what you enjoy and what you're good at. And, if there's something that you're not capable of, then turn it down. Like, why like risk yourself and others around you?
Yeah.
Just for a little bit of money, it's not worth it. So, there's certain things now in my career that I might, I probably won't do, cause I don't need to, and I don't have anything to prove to myself or to anyone else. And, and if I don't feel like it's a good idea or if it's safe, then I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's refreshing to hear, because sometimes, you hear the macho bullshit really saying, oh, I'm going to do it just to prove a point. And then, that's when accidents.
I mean, I think, Alistair, in my younger days, like I probably would have, just cause like, I'm so gung ho. Like I remember when I first started, like, I don't care. I just want to do stunts. I don't even need to get paid. I just want to do it, but like, then you quickly learn, like, no, this is like a professional thing. Like you got to do it proper way. Like, so, but I feel like I've, become, older, wiser, smarter, whatever. But, I think,
Okay. And can you just say if you were about to perform a stunt on camera, obviously that, that you're comfortable with, that you're going to do, what goes through your mind when you're doing it?
I don't know. It's a good question. My dad was always a big believer in visualization. And so I grew up visualizing a lot. And so, if, the day, like last night we had a rehearsal the day before, for the fight. And so like the night before I visualized before I went to sleep, like just to remember the choreography and just remember performance and whatnot. So, I think visualization definitely helps. Sometimes before a big stunt, like I'll close my eyes and visualize it the exact way that I want it to go. Sometimes it doesn't go that way, but hey, at least it's out there in the universe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you just try to get into, flow state and just, maybe like not turn your brain off, but let your body do its thing. Like let it know, you've trained so many hours, you know what to do, and just, just like, adrenaline is our friend, but too much adrenaline is not a good thing because it takes you to another level, and you want a clear mind to make sure that you don't overdo things and whatever. But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, completely.
I'm not so good with my words, but I know what I'm trying to say.
Right. So what's been the favorite stunt that you've performed?
The helicopter on Spy, for sure.
Rare? Yeah. Because you won that Taurus award for it, didn't you?
No, I won the Taurus award for the car hit on Identity Thief, and I was nominated this past year for Spy. I didn't win though.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, that was so much fun. It does not get better than that. I mean, seriously, come on. It was great.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
That was incredible. Seeing that, it's just like, whoa. What's been the favorite stunt that you've performed?
The helicopter on Spy, for sure.
Rare? Yeah. Because you won that Taurus award for it, didn't you?
No, I won the Taurus award for the car hit on Identity Thief, and I was nominated this past year for Spy. I didn't win though.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, that was so much fun. It does not get better than that. I mean, seriously, come on. It was great.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
That was incredible. Seeing that, it's just like, whole. Okay.
So fun. So much fun.
Definitely.
Yeah, you gotta have a good team around you. The pilots are amazing. The riggers, the whole stunt team was incredible. They're just so veteran, just so professional. Hank Kinji rigged me up for that. So yeah, it was awesome. JJ Perry was the stunt coordinator.
Yeah. Okay. So do you work with the same people each time?
Not really. I mean, it's cool with Melissa because she's the type of person who is loyal, and if she likes your work, then she's gonna, continue to request you. Like Melissa used the same prop guys and the same hair people and makeup, and like she likes when you do a good job for her, she trusts you and she'll keep bringing you back.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, she's been using Walter Garcia the last couple times. He's absolutely incredible. He's a friggin' genius. So yeah, she's been using him a lot. So yeah, I mean, I've gotten to work with Wally quite a bit. I got to work with him on Spy. He was the fight coordinator on Spy, and then brought him on to Ghostbusters, and then reshoots for The Boss. And now I'm hoping I think he's doing this next one with us. So you don't get to work with the same people all that much, but if someone, if there's a coordinator that likes you, that, hopefully if there's a spot for you, they'll bring you out. And, it's important because you got to trust your people. Like,
Definitely.
That's like the hardest thing is like trying to find the right look, the right, the closest double, but also using someone that you trust, that is going to do a good job. That's not going to get, overamped and whatever, and like so much of it too, Alistair, is on-set etiquette. You can be the most talented person in the world, but if you're a dickhead or if you're not where you need to be all the time, then it's like, well, you're useless, So it's finding out that battle, or finding that balance, and, trying to, perform well and still help out, and, just have a good attitude. And, there's so much other stuff that goes into it, rather just your ability.
Yeah.
So.
No, completely get that. Completely get that. So one piece of advice you could give someone then, that if they wanted to get into the stunt profession, what would it be?
I would say just train hard and be patient, and be humble, be grateful, and just enjoy what you do, and just some people can break in super quick and it's easy for them, but other people it's a struggle. It takes a long time. So if you have a dream, you have a goal, then never give up and just work harder than the next person. When I was first starting, I made sure that I did at least one thing every single day to further my career, whether it was hustle or email some headshots or resumes or train or whatever it was. Like always just being around stunt people is what's going to help you become a professional.
Yeah. Okay. No, I like that. That's a great piece of advice, I'd say.
Thank you. I'm so wise, Alistair. I'm like super wise.
I was going to ask you, if people wanted to know more details about you, obviously I mentioned your website, so luciromberg.com. Yeah. Any other sources?
I guess, I don't know, maybe Instagram. I'm pretty active on Instagram. I try Facebook. I try real hard, but I'm not very good at it. So yeah, I don't know. My Instagram is just Luci Romberg, same with my Facebook, but yeah, probably just the website's probably best way to do it.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. There's that Luci Romberg interview, and a huge thank you to Luci for wanting to chat to me. If you like what you saw and you'd like to see more similar type videos with other stunt coordinators around the world, then please subscribe to my website with your email address in the box below. Make sure that you whitelist my email address, which is alistairclark@stuntlives.com, in order for it to get to your inbox rather than your spam folder and your junk box. That's it for me, but I will speak to you and see you soon. Bye for now.